During this fourth week of the season of Lent, we visit the Church of St. Lazarus, thought to be built on the site of the home of Mary, Martha, and Lazarus, Jesus' good friends. On the wall, you see Jesus' words, "I am the resurrection and the life." These words of Jesus come to us from John chapter 11, in a most striking story about Jesus and his three friends. The story begins when the sisters send word to Jesus that Lazarus, his beloved friend, is ill. Rather than rush to be with his friends, Jesus stays 2 more days where he is. By the time he arrives, Lazarus is already dead. Martha meets Jesus and tells him the sad news. "If you had been here, he would not have died," she says. Jesus assures her that her brother will rise again, stating, "I am the resurrection and the life." Next, Mary comes out to meet Jesus. She too says, "If only you had been here." Jesus sees her and her fellow mourners weeping, and he too begins to weep. He is disturbed, agitated, maybe even angry. He asks to be taken to the tomb. Once there, he orders that the stone be rolled away, and then he stops to pray. "Lazarus, come out," he shouts, and out comes Lazarus, still wrapped in his grave clothes. "Unbind him and let him go," Jesus says. There is much for us to learn from this story about Jesus, about death, and about resurrection, but also about how we are to relate to Jesus. Notice that the sisters do not react to their brother's death with a resigned, "It must have been God's will." They let Jesus have it. They ask where he's been. They question whether their brother needed to die. They share with Jesus their bitterness and their grief. For his part, Jesus hears their complaints, he joins them in their grief, and he challenges their way of thinking. Imagine what might happen if we were as open and honest in our prayers to Jesus as the sisters were in his presence. We just might find that we are not alone in our grief, and that with Jesus, it does not have the last word. I invite you to join us this Sunday at 11, when we will share our truth with Jesus and listen for his truth, which will set us free. I look forward to being with you then.